I am Pragya and I bring to you excerpts from the current issue of Outlook, which looks at two cover stories. 1. Ground reports from 5 states going to polls through 3 vectors of identity, gender, and health. And will the outcome decide which way the wind will blow in the 2024 general elections? Second cover story continues to be on Palestine, titled From the River to the Sea. Slow News Days by Mubashir Nayak and Irshad Hussain. Mubashir Nayak is a freelance journalist and Irshad Hussain, an independent journalist based in Jammu and Kashmir. Social media has changed our lives completely and made communication faster and easier, but in Kashmir, it has snatched away the livelihood of thousands of newspaper hawkers who used to distribute papers to readers daily. Pare Ratar, 48, from Baramulla Sopore, who was a newspaper hawker and a regular reader of Kashmir-based papers, used to deliver 400 copies of newspapers to different districts of Kashmir. Whatever happened in Kashmir, newspapers here reported facts and figures without any fear and bias, he says. But nowadays, I only find advertisements in the papers, nothing which can be considered news for readers. I don't have any interest in reading the papers now. Pare started his newspaper hawking business in 1989 when Kashmir was on the edge of insurgency. Another hawker, Sheikh Aziz, 60, says that since the militancy began in 1989, there was a huge increase in the demand for newspapers. As a result, there was suddenly 200 or more newspaper merchants and hawkers in Kashmir. There was virtually no need for newspapers prior to 1988. Then, as militancy increased, so did the demand for the newspapers and news, says Aziz. Newspaper hawkers took on a very significant role at that time. During the peak days of militancy, hawkers were considered the messiah of truth as the electronic media was strictly controlled by the government and people did not believe their reportage. Newspapers were perceived to report events in a balanced way. For this and more, read the current issue of Outlook.